When you hear the name Blazer, I assume that, like me, one of two images pop in your head. One of them is probably the original K5 Blazer from the 1970s. The big, badass response to Ford's original small Bronco. They said, hey, you have your little truck, we're gonna make something big and mean, and they did, and it was awesome, and it forced Ford to make their Bronco bigger. Nice blinker. Douche. Some of you might be thinking instead of the S10 based Blazer from the 90s. Those were pretty cool little trucks for their time. Now fast forward, and we are greeted anew with the 2019 Chevrolet Blazer. And this is a different machine. I don't know what I expected when I heard that Chevy was bringing us a new Blazer, but I don't think it was quite this. However, what this is something that honestly fits the market pretty damn well for today. We all know everyone wants a crossover. The Blazer is now a crossover. But it's one that is trying to put on sporting pretenses. And it's doing that by basically cutting off the face of the Camaro and wearing it like a mask. Hello, Camaro. Behind that Camaro-ness up front, this is basically a GMC Acadia underneath, or a Cadillac XT5. It's the same platform, but it is a bit more aggressive looking than those. And I think particularly in this RS model, the looks are grown on me. Over the course of the week, I've started to enjoy the way this looks. When it first arrived, I was like, not for me. But with its nice red paint, its massive black wheels, those are 21-inch optional wheels, by the way, huge. Overall, the look, I get it. I get who would buy this, I get why they would buy it, and I can accept that. You know what? If you want a sporty styled crossover, this is it. This is pretty good. This fits the bill nicely. And there's a decent engine under the hood too. There's a 3.6 liter engine making 308 horsepower, and I think somewhere in the neighborhood of 270 pound-feet of torque, and it's backed up by a 9-speed automatic. This is the RS all-wheel drive model. You can force it into a 2-wheel drive mode, which is just for the front and gives you better fuel economy. But I keep grabbing this dial down here and flipping it over into sport, which instantly puts it into all-wheel drive. And that also, on this version, does some rear end torque vectoring to try to get you through corners a little bit better. It feels agile, it feels nice. This is a decent machine to drive, and those 21-inch wheels at every corner have a nice solid footprint. It's not as tossable as a CX-5 or CX-9, or even the Edge ST. You know, we have our problems with that car, but that car can do what it can do in a nice way. So overall, this is a decent machine. Now, there is a more affordable front-wheel drive version that has, I think it's a 180 horsepower plus 4-cylinder version, which, you know, that one, you're just getting the looks without some of the performance to back it up. That's fine. That's what the average consumer does. They want the sporty styling. They don't need the more thirsty V6 and all-wheel drive setup. Whatever, that's fine. Inside the cabin, it's also more Camaro inspired, but I think the interior designers, they probably heard, make it look like the Camaro, and they went, oh, son of a bitch. And then they said, but you have a lot more room to work with, and they go, oh, thank God. Because it doesn't feel like a pillbox in here like the Camaro. This feels like a Camaro that's like, you know what, I got fat and I can deal with it, I'm good, I don't care anymore. Stretch out a little bit, explore the space. And it does that nicely. The interior is nicely designed. The seats are comfortable. There's plenty of legroom in that second row. Those move back and forth, they recline. And then there's even good cargo space in the rear hatch area as well. So interior space is nice. Driving dynamics are good. The styling, I get it. The customer who it appeals to is going to be all over this. In fact, I often know when I get a vehicle, I'm like, oh, people are gonna be attracted to this and see thumbs up, pictures, whatever. And it's usually hypercars and stuff like that. I didn't expect this one to get similar attention. People were taking pictures of it in parking lots. People were walking by pointing at the name, like, oh, that's the new Blazer. So I can already see that this is going to sell well. There's a big, fat problem though, and it starts with P, and it is price tag. This fully loaded Blazer RS all-wheel drive is just about, it's under $51,000. $51,000! Ay, Dios mío! What? No, No. No. To get any options at these things, you have to pay for them. This is almost a Porsche. This is almost priced like a Porsche. The base models, their content amount is not great, so you're instantly going to be spending up into the high 30s, probably into the 40s to get what you want for all the features you're going to need and desire. And then this one, which is the most engaging, most enjoyable one to drive, is $50,000. That's crazy to me. Crazy. It has more room inside than the Edge ST, so at least there's that. Now, on the flip side, Ford is going to do an Explorer ST, and as long as that is on the low side of 50, which, dear God, I'm nervous about the price point on that one, that is going to wipe the floor with this, because that's going to have a 400 horsepower engine. I wish a $50,000 Blazer was an SS V8. Yeah, now we're talking. Now we are talking. But that's not the case here. They haven't done that. That's not available. There are options that are just as good at this and better in some areas that are priced more smartly. For the average person, a Nissan Murano is fine, and you do not need the Platinum version. I think those are only into the high 40s. I don't even know if you can get those in you probably can get those in the 50s. Everything has a $50,000 version these days, which is just insanity. I think the price point on this is insane. I wish, honestly, even if they drop this down to like 48, psychologically, the fact that it's in the 40s would make me feel a lot better. Once you add the 5 in front of it, then you're like, well, what about, Macans and Audi SQ5s and Acura. I don't know what an MDX is going for. I have to look it up. It might be a lot, but an MDX is a little bit more subtle in terms of its style. It's nicer on the inside, and driving dynamics wise, the SH all-wheel drive system is fantastic. So it's got to be more. So it'd be crazy if that wasn't in the 60s. So I could be off my rocker here. I'll double check. We'll put up some text here that either says, no, you're right, or you're a total effing idiot. So stay tuned for that. I like the heft in the steering. The brakes work well. There's grip, I said, because there's grip, like I said, with those big, fat, meaty tires at each corner. On the RS models, the damping is stiffened up and the steering is retuned and has a quicker ratio. So they're paying attention that they're not just offering a sportier model in look and name only. There's actually a few extra tweaks to make this sportier. So that's good. At least they're doing that. It's just, that's a lot of money for a Blazer. And then when the Bronco comes, people are gonna go, oh, well, look what the Bronco's doing. Like, that's already generating so much hype because the way they're taking it is more of a Wrangler fighter. At least that's what I'm hearing. Whereas this is a street machine. And that's fine. Most crossovers pretend to be off-road and have no real off-road chops. This is making no pretenses about it. This is like, no, don't get this dirty. Keep this on the road. You're gonna bang up those wheels, you're gonna blow a tire. The suspension is not damped for dirt. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. I just can't get past the price point. It's not like that's a turbocharged 6. It's not like that's an 8. It's not like this is insanely luxurious inside, or even, it is nice. The fit and finish is nice. The screen is nicely done and works well. Everywhere you touch is nice and soft. All the room is nice. I don't get it though. That price point is a tough pill to swallow. They're gonna sell a lot of these though, I bet. I think they're gonna sell well, and I'm okay with that. Get ready to start seeing Blazers on the road. Speaking of another good feature, the start stop in this actually works really well, which is good because I can't find the button to turn it off. So, but it is pretty seamless. It's cool in a Hot Wheels Transformers sort of styling way. People who buy it are going to be down with the looks, no matter which engine they get. It'll sell well. Anytime I see someone driving by in an RS, I'll be like, bye-bye money. But it's your money, it's not mine. When you hear the name Blazer, I assume, like me, that you sneeze. Let's try that shit again. Where'd that come from? Sorry. Gesundheit. This is not a Trailblazer. Not that the Trailblazer was an off-road beast, but this is not blazing any trails. Unless you've blazed it up. I'm not gonna make a weed joke, that's dumb. That'll go in the back half of the video. Post credits. This is a street-only machine.